I'd like to introduce Eoghan from Ireland, who takes LDN for multiple sclerosis. Thank you for joining me, Eoghan.
Glad to be here.
Could you tell me when you first started to notice your MS symptoms?
First symptom was fatigue. I got really bad fatigue after about a year after I was diagnosed. First symptom was optic neuritis, causing
Hmm.
diplopia, which means I wear really, really thick glasses now. It's no big deal. I wear glasses anyway.
Hmm.
Fatigue was probably the worst thing I had to deal with because it meant I had to take a nap in the afternoon. Never needed that before. Having to take a nap was really inconvenient because I'm 26 at this stage, trying to get everything else done.
Hmm.
Basically, the optic neuritis is now resolved, so that's good. And fatigue is no longer a problem.
Okay,
Uh,
let's just establish before you found LDN,
yeah.
apart from the fatigue, what was your life like?
Oh, pretty bad. I was like, can't actually wake up in the morning. I
Hmm.
used to sleep 16 hours a day, which after about 8 hours to do things. You take off an hour at each end for breakfast and everything else,
Hmm.
and keeping yourself clean and all the rest. And that leaves 6 hours to do stuff, which is not much time, especially when you're in college.
So when you had the optic neuritis and
Yeah,
the chronic
that was
fatigue,
scary.
yes, did you have any other symptoms? Any symptoms?
Mostly just neuritis and fatigue at first.
Okay. So what was your condition like just before you started LDN?
Well, it was fine. I was pretty good actually. My first MRI shows two lesions on my optic nerve on my right side, I think. But of course, MRIs are flipped over, so I'm not really sure which was left and right. I can't tell anyway.
Hmm.
And it wasn't too bad. It was just I got really tired really easy, and I couldn't function. It was weird.
Mm.
It's like, how do you explain fatigue to people who don't have it?
That's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah,
People say, "Oh, well, I get tired," but tired and fatigue
they're totally
not
different.
not the same thing. No,
Yeah, they're totally different. I mean,
not at all. So, how did you hear about LDN?
research. I'm an IT guy, so Google is my friend.
Hmm.
I eventually figured out, okay, so they want to put me on Avonex, which I did for about 3 months. And I basically developed psychotic symptoms from looking forward to stabbing myself in the leg with a giant needle every week,
Hmm.
which is a stress-related condition, you might say. And after the Avonex made me go a little nutty, I decided I needed something easier to take. So I started looking up oral medications for MS, thinking there's got to be a tablet for this. So far, at the time, Gilenya did not exist. It was in late phase 3, and they didn't have Gilenya back then. So eventually, Google helped me find LDN.
Hmm.
Which, thank God it did.
Did your own GP prescribe it for you, or did you have to obtain a private prescription?
This it wasn't too bad. I went into Tala Hospital, which is about 2-3 miles down the road from here,
Hmm.
and they went to see a neurologist. And the neurologist's name, I think, was Dr. Smith. Nice lady, and she prescribed me LDN. I got LDN prescriptions from a neurologist, but I had to talk them into it.
Right.
So I
Hmm.
had to do a lot of research beforehand to prove efficacy and safety and tolerability were the big three I had to prove to them. And bingo, bango, got my prescription for 3 milligrams that very day.
And when you
And
first started, did you notice any introductory side effects?
the wacky dreams are pretty good. They're
Hmm.
a good one. Um, Other than that, it's kind of hard to fall asleep when you're on LDN. So I take back Rescue Remedy Nighty Nighty Snoozy Snooze, which is not its technical name, but that's what I call it.
Hmm.
And that supposedly knocks me out at night.
Okay, so what are your symptoms now? How many hours a day are you sleeping?
Um, 9, 10, maybe.
Hmm.
10 with a lie in because I don't get to sleep that much. I'm still in college.
Right. What about your optic neuritis. Has
That's
that
gone.
settled down? Oh, it's
That's
gone.
gone. I
Good.
can see just as well without glasses as I can with glasses, apart from myopia, of course.
Hmm.
Because you tend to need glasses to see more than 4 feet in front of me. Like, taking my glasses off takes me a few seconds to adjust. And whereas you might see, you know, where you put a straw in a glass of water and it kind of bends?
Hmm.
That's the prism effect, which we get. We get that in glasses as well. I went to
Right.
see an orthoptist up in the eye and ear, where I was diagnosed, in fact. Nice man. My name is Tony McAleer, and he said, well, you'll need prisms in these glasses. So I went down to Vision Express, got myself the student discount, the health board discount, the special Easter discount, as it was at the time, and basically got the most expensive pair of glasses in the shop with the most expensive lenses for half price,
Wow.
which is really about the same as a regular pair of glasses.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What would you say to other people who are contemplating trying LDN?
It's risk-free. This medication will not hurt you. It cannot hurt you. It is what the FDA describes as primum non nocere, the doctor's way of saying do no harm. First, do no harm. It's the only medication they'll label with primum non nocere, which is great because all the other MS medications will leave you feeling totally crap. LDN will leave you feeling a little crap, but only for the first 6 months. Kind of crap.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Owen, before we finish?
Not at the moment. I could think of a dozen things, of course, but I'll think of them later. You know how it is.
Thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Glad I could